In today's video, I want to chat to you guys about the highlights of the 2023 budget speech. Good day, my name is Heinrich. I'm an accountant. I've been in the accounting industry since 2008. When I saw the budget speech this year, I just decided to do another commentary. Obviously on my channel, I've done commentaries in the previous 2 years as well. And the purpose of this video is just to give you guys a brief, quick overview of the budget of 2023, both for individuals and for companies. Once again, just remember to give the video a like and remember to subscribe to my channel as well. And let me head down to my computer and I can show you what I've seen. Yeah, so let me quickly chat to you guys about the budget speech for 2023 and just the changes that occurred. And I think that there wasn't anything exciting about this year's budget speech. One thing that popped up that I'm going to mention, which is really good news, but let's maybe just start at the beginning. In terms of the tax tables, they always adjust these tax tables on a yearly basis, and normally they try and adjust it with inflation. And I think this is, I don't know, we're probably going to have to do some calculations to see whether they adjusted these tables with inflation, but you can see at the moment for individuals, you pay 18% tax, or last year, you paid 18% up to 226,000 Rand. Now you paid that up to 237,000 Rand. So there was a bit of a change, and you can see every one of those brackets moved up a little bit. And I think what's quite important, interesting, is sometimes they don't adjust the top tax bracket. We can see this year they adjusted the top one as well. So previously, you would only start paying 45% tax once you earn more than 1.7 million Rand per year. Now it's basically 1.8 million Rand per year before you start paying 45% tax, which is a bit of a relief for the more wealthier taxpayers. You can see that the rebates as well, they increase the rebates, which is really nice. So it doesn't matter who you are, everybody gets this basic rebate. So if, let's say, for instance, you earn 100,000 Rand for the year, 18% of 100,000 Rand would be 18,000 Rand. So then you would get this rebate of 17,235 Rand, which means the tax for the full year would basically be like 765 Rand that you'll be paying for the year, where previously in the previous year, you would have paid like 2,500 Rand. So you can see that is where you get the benefit. For people older than 65, you get an additional 9,000 Rand rebate. And if you're older than 75, it means that you get another 3,000 Rand rebate. So here's the tax threshold. So if you earn previously less than 91,000 Rand, you didn't pay tax. Now it's 95,750 Rand before you start paying tax, which is nice. For the older people between 65 and 75 years old, it used to be 141. Now it's basically 150,000 Rand. And if you're older than 75 years old, you only start paying tax once you earn more than 165,000 Rand. So just remember for the old people out there that even if you do earn less than this amount, that doesn't mean that you don't need to submit the tax return if you've got more than one source of income. So if you get a pension fund plus maybe some retirement annuities or anything like that, as soon as there's more than one source of income, you still have to submit the tax return. So the requirement of when to do returns has got nothing to do when you have to start paying tax. So just be careful there, because they nail the old people with lots of penalties. We've seen it a lot this year. So that's a little bit of good news. I think the next thing is lump sum fund withdrawal benefits. So if you maybe change jobs and stuff like that, and or just lump sum withdrawal benefits. So if you withdraw from your lump sums before retirement age, then these are the tax tables that they use. And you can see last year it was 25,000 Rand, where you pay 0%. Now they moved that up to 27,500 Rand. So they increased that a little bit. And you can see that all the brackets moved up. And previously, the top bracket, you started paying 36% once you hit 990,000. Now it's basically 1,089,000 Rand. So they moved that with about 100,000 Rand, which is nice. And you can see retirement lump sum with benefits or severance benefits. So this is when you go on pension one day. These are the tax brackets that they will tax your withdrawal on. So previously, it's first 500,000 Rand was zero. Now you can see it's 550,000 Rand is zero. Then you can see it goes up. Top bracket used to be 1,050,000. Now it's 1.1 million and 50 before you start paying 36% on your lump sums. So what's interesting over here, so they talk about severance benefits as well. So if you get retrenched from your work and there's a lump sum that pays out, then they would use these tax tables over here. So lump sums is quite an interesting calculation, because these things they combine all your lump sum withdrawal benefits together. So if, let's say, for instance, you withdraw 500,000 Rand before you go in retirement, then they don't start from 1 Rand again. They start with the 500,000 Rand where you stop. So some people get quite a nasty surprise when it comes to retirement age, especially if they've made withdrawals before that age. So just watch out. You guys must chat about to your financial advisors when it comes to lump sums. And medical aid, so that's a normal thing where they normally adjust the medical tax credit. So if you belong to medical aid, then you get a tax credit of 347 last year. They moved that up to 364 Rand. For additional members, it was 234, so that moved up to 246. So there's a little bit of a benefit over there. And I think those were the main things for individuals, actually. No, let's quickly see. Transfer duties. If you buy new properties, previously up to R1 million, you paid 0% transfer duties. But now they moved that bracket up to 1.1 million Rand. Then you can see you pay 3%. Previously above million to 1.4 million. So you can see they brought that up to 1.5 million. Top bracket used to start at 11%. Now it's 11 million. Now it starts at 12 million Rand. So there's a little bit of a saving if you guys are buying properties, which is really good. And then I think for individuals, I made a separate video on this as the tax rebate for individuals for solar PV panels of 25% of the cost for a limited period, subject to certain conditions and capped to 15,000 Rand per individual. I'll share the link of the video that I did on this. There's a couple of calculations and examples that I wanted to show you guys for individuals, so you can go look at that video as well. I think for the rest of the stuff, donations tax stayed the same, interest stayed the same. There was basically nothing else that changed for individuals except for this little bad boy that they threw in here, which I think is really cool. I think it's definitely a nice incentive out there. For companies, just the basic stuff once again. The company tax rate hasn't changed in ages. There were talks that they were going to change it in the current year, and that change came through now. So now company tax rate is only 27% for years of assessment ending between April 23 in March 2024. Small business corporation tax rates, they did change those brackets a little bit. Previously, you paid 0% up to 91,000. Now I pay 0% up to 95,000. And then these top brackets still stayed the same. So nothing changed over there. And I think the one thing that I'm also quite excited about for companies is the whole thing about solar, because that is the big thing at the moment all over the place. So where they expanded the tax incentive for businesses to 125% of the cost of renewable energy assets used for the electricity generation brought into use for 2 years from 1 March 23. So that's also something that I did a separate video on. I'm going to share the link to that video as well. Then you guys can go check that out. Thanks for watching. And like I said, in a nutshell, that is what you guys need to know about the budget speed for 2023. Yes, so thanks for watching the video. Yeah, like I said, this is a really short summary of what happened in the budget. I think in the news there's probably still going to be a lot of other news as well, things that happened in the budget speech, but I think these are just the most important things that I wanted to highlight for you guys as well. Remember to keep an eye out on those other two videos, the one that I talk about the tax incentives for PV systems for individuals, and the one for companies as well. Thanks for watching. Once again, just give the video a like and remember to subscribe to my channel as well.